Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review. And this time it's Vox Occulta by Einar Solberg. Einar Solberg, some of you may know who he is, some of you may not. And so to give you a reference point, I reviewed this set by Leprous, who are a Norwegian progressive rock band. And Einar is their lead vocalist. And this album is very special. It's recorded with the Norwegian Radio Orchestra and stars various people as well. It's a double album, although there are only 3 sides. Side 4 comes with an etching, and there is an album size set with the lyrics booklet in the middle with all the lyrics in. So what's this like? Well, if those of you remember me reviewing the Leprous set, will hopefully remember that the focus I put on Arno's vocals, because I just think the guy is an amazing vocalist. And this was music where it wasn't so much guitar orientated. It was interesting. This is one of these progressive metal bands where there's hardly any guitar solos as such. And what we have here is the cover for if you don't know who he is, we'll give the idea this is going to be an album of classical singing. He looks like a crooner from the classical world there, doesn't he? Signed to gramophone, Deutsche Grammophon or something. It's not like that. But it is an amazing album. The first track, and I'll bring the artwork up on the screen so I don't have to keep holding the album up, is called Stella Mortia. This is orchestral. The orchestra sound wonderful, by the way, but also lots of heavy drums, great dramatic stuff. This is symphonic metal, rock, operatic, but it's operatic, the vocal, because if I say symphonic metal, a lot of people will go towards, the female kind of fronted bands. This is down a notch from there. It's heavy guitars, but the orchestra is very high in the mix, but it really, really works. There's lots of light and shade, and the voice. Einar's voice moves from falsetto to a roar with passion within a line in one of the verses, and even towards a growl or a scream. His vocals just really are. I mention this as I talk about other songs, but there's a very theatrical aspect to this album. Modula is the next one. Again, it's very orchestral. There's discordant guitar, really heavy metal riffs, but it's also got almost like a heavy metal funk feel to it. This is one of my favorite tracks off the album. A really impassioned vocal, but very much an Eastern, Middle Eastern feel to the melody on this. Again, it's a great track, amazing vocal. There's also a nice violin in this as well. Now, no one else will probably say this, but there's something about the way that in the chorus, the word "over," where there's just a hint of Paul Stanley in some of the phrasing, which doesn't go with this at all, but there's just something about the vocal range and delivery. It just reminded me a bit of Paul, and this guy can really scream as well in tune. Vox Occulta is the next track, which is the title track of the album. This has got like a string quartet kind of stabs across the strings, and it builds up as the orchestra joins in. Moody, cinematic, then the guitars and the drums arrive, and it drops back to the strings and the vocals come back in. As I said earlier, it sounds theatrical because it sounds like this would work well with the drama. It would probably work well if all of these tracks were done to a video as well. Amazing vocal performance, and it goes through, again, so many different ranges, very cinematic. And there's a very much, I felt, unexpected kind of death vocal growl at the end as the guitars come back in over the main theme. It's an epic song. The next one is Liberato, and this is a stop-start orchestral metal, epic vocal again, cool guitar riff. Great chorus, lots of riffs and drums. Another really wonderful song. And then Sonatus is solo reverb piano. So the piano sounds like it's in the next room. Soft vocal of a lovely bass line. It's a ballad with strings, and it builds to a lovely chorus and a very clean guitar solo. It's a wonderful song. It's absolutely epic, and another favourite song from the album. Vita Fragilis, and I'm pronouncing these as best I can. Percussive strings, and it almost has like the vocal here at the start does sound like a bit of a crooner type vocal delivery, which is interesting. And then a real heavy guitar riff comes in, and then we move to a very aggressive operatic vocal style, which switches backwards and forwards, almost as if the vocalist Einar's playing like different roles. I love the strings on this. It builds to a really driving rock song, scream vocal, very dramatic. It's tremendous stuff. And again, very theatrical. Grex is the next track, which is a lone violin over a very distant church organ. Slow drum pattern with a falsetto vocal, and then string guitars come in, epic feel vocal. Probably this is the biggest track on the album. This takes up most of side 3. I don't know how long this is. I haven't got the CD version, but this is a really, really long song. The guitar solo on this track is wonderful. It's full of feelings, really melodic, but it really serves this feel for this type of track. It drops back to a haunting, sparse section, and again a wonderful violin solo as well. Great vocal. It goes through so many different ranges and ends with really metal guitars, orchestra, dramatic vocals. This is the focal point of the album for me. And in the last song, which is Anima Lucis, last track on side 3, side 4 is an etching. This is very melancholy strings, a lonely vocal, an amazing high falsetto vocal, very pure, and it just builds to a big finish, but one that's really in tune with the song. I'll show you. Do you want to see the etching? Do you want to see it? It must be tricky for record labels when you've got, but it's good that they don't say the artist, just chop some stuff off. We're not going to give you the budget for a double album, because it's not really a double album when you've got one side that has the etching on it. But they haven't, because it would have changed the feel. They certainly couldn't have missed off the tracks on side 3. That would have been awful. So Einar Solberg, album out now, Vox Occulta. So let me know what you think. Do you have this? Are you a fan of Leprous? If you are, then you'll love this anyway. This is out on Inside Out Records. All their vinyl comes in polylined inner sleeves, which, as you know, Now Spinning Magazine, we absolutely love and support. So thank you for watching. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please take care. Please subscribe, ring that little bell. Visit the website at nowspinning.co.uk. Become a patron and you'll get access to our private communities where you can talk to like-minded music fans from around the world in a safe environment on WhatsApp, and also a private Facebook group. We've got our own music shop on the website selling CDs, box sets and vinyl. We've got our own merch store. We've got tons of stuff going on. Oh, don't forget the podcast as well. Lots of interviews on there. So thank you for being here. Take care, keep spinning those discs, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.